Good morning. Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. Okay, so yesterday we had a wide CPR, 35 points, 37 points, something like that. So this was the screen boxes. So our central pivot range was very wide, and which typically means kind of a range day. Well, we didn't really get a range day. I wouldn't call it a range day, but it was a unique day. So yesterday I thought we were going to come up to the weekly pivot, to the central pivot, which was right in the center, or right above the weekly pivot, and somewhere around 3680, 3681. But we came up and hit the bottom of the box, almost the bottom control they call it, almost to the tick. Might have missed it by one or two, and then we rejected off that. It was a pretty interesting run yesterday where we just kind of drifted lower, and then all of a sudden had a big old candle. So it was just kind of, we didn't really go anywhere right during the day. So it was kind of a range day for the most part. So today, in contrast of 35 or 37 points spread on the central pivot range, today we have a 5-point, right? 34.29. So very tight CPR. So typically we can get some movement out, which we've already gotten a little bit of movement this morning from 30 down to 82 or 80, let's see, 84. So low it looks like. 84.25. So we got a little bit of movement already. We came down and we tested support, went through it, came back up through it. We hit this target one of 36.91. You can see we didn't exceed it, so that held as support. We exceeded it, but we didn't close below it. So an interesting overnight market. Now, so the big question today will be, is do we come back down and challenge the lows, right? For the cash session. That'll be the question. Overnight we come down, we made new lows, so the question will be is, do we challenge that during the cash session? That's a big if, or a big question for me. Now, so my game plan would be thinking that we're going to come down and challenge this. If we don't, and if the support holds, then I got to be thinking the CPR. So if within the first half hour to hour we get above this CPR, I'm going long. Okay, so my game plan would be long, or at least to the 50, and we might get a rejection off there, which wouldn't surprise me. It's like we've seen, and I've showed in many of these videos. When we get away from the 50, we end up coming back to it some way or somehow, right? Coming up, and we get above it, we can go long. So that'll kind of be my game plan. Is okay, let's see if we can get back to 36, 31, 50 roughly, and see how it reacts. Do we reject, or do we bounce and go through it? So I'll be looking for rejections. You got a lot of resistance and everything. You got the 50. You have resistance there from 36, 46, 75 to 3600. Oh, I better update that. I didn't update that. Sorry about that. How about resistance from 36.45? Is that right? To 36.54. So I better change that right now. Otherwise, 36.54. Okay. So that seems to be in line. Target 1, 36.64. Target 2, 36.84. And a final target 3 of 36.94.75. That's to the upside. That's if we get above this area. There's Tom pointed down in the room, 36.29.50, something like that. So that's yesterday it held support pretty well. Looks like we're kind of just erasing it, so it's not a support or not an issue anymore. I don't know. That's the way I always think about it is when the market goes up and down through a support resistance line, then it's trying to erase it. It's trying to get rid of it so it's not a big deal anymore. That's just my thought process. Anyway, okay, so I gave you upside targets. So now if we stay below within the first hour or so of the cash market, then you got to think to the downside and challenge on the bottom side. So we have support here from 3608 down to 3600. Target 1, which we've already hit, and it's held as support, 3691. And then we have target 2, 3571, and target 3 of 3560. People say, well, it didn't hold that support. You exceeded it. No, but we didn't close the candle below it, I don't believe. So I would have to probably blow this candle up to see, and it doesn't look like we did. So I'm going to say we didn't. Anyway, so that's my thought process. That's my game plan for the day. And let's look at SPY chart. So the SPY on toss, yeah, not much. I still have a target down here at 351. So we're just kind of meandering. See if we can get there today. I mean, not much to say about that. Just that's it. Then I got an Apple chart here, and Apple, still waiting for it to come down and get to its target somewhere in 135 area. Yesterday, again, I thought we were going to get there. Yeah, we had that nice little run up yesterday. So we might be just waiting for PPI and CPI. We got PPI tomorrow and CPI on Thursday. So we'll see how the next, obviously today might just be a wait day. Market might need some more data to go down lower. So that's it. Have a great day.